All right. This is the first live I've done in a while, so bear with me. I'm just going to get myself settled, and then let's share this entire screen. Okay. All right. So if you're here, it's because you've got a really, really niche interest in a very, very niche part of landscape industry software. Web Report Designer is built on top of I'm gonna forget the name of it, but it's how you adjust your reports in a software called Aspire. I'm gonna go ahead and get Aspire pulled up over here, and this system that I'm in right now, they don't have any customization, and this is the old Aspire site audit layout. So we're gonna have to do some pretty major overhaul on it. So I'm gonna go and make sure that we've got some test cases to pull open. Okay, we do. Now I'm gonna make sure I've got kind of my template going, and we'll get started. All right, so first things first, I'm going to want to move this header bar into a detail band, and then this typical detail band, the one that they started with, we're going to actually move into a different detail band. The way the Web Report Designer used to work is that it was basically like its own subreport. So you could only have the detail band, group, and report header, but you couldn't add like a group header to this OG detail band. So we're going to add a detail. And I think that on this one, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 detail bands. So 1, 2, 3 detail bands. This first one, let's go and make sure everything is nice and clean. Sorry, I got a text message I've got to forward. All right. Okay, so what did I do? Design. This top one we're going to call header. This one I like to name these. It makes it a little easier as we're working a little later on. We're going to call this score section. Camel case, guys. First letter of each word we're going to capitalize. And then this is going to be our picture. Let's call this audit details. All right, let's start out with the header band. Inside of this, we're going to add a report header, and we're going to move all of the this information. We're just going to cut it from there. We're going to make this a little bigger. We're going to paste it here. All right. I'm going to double check their brand colors really quick. It's helpful when you already have some of like the coloring pulled up. I think that they kept a lot of theirs gray, and yep, all right. They like the gray colors, so we're gonna leave them that way. All right. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of hate how this looks right here. We need to make sure that this is set to. So inside of the web report designer, each of your detail bands, you can set the data source and then the data member. So in this case, it will make it a lot easier to like. I don't know how to explain this super well, but if we take that off, do you see how these tokens don't show up properly? If we choose the correct data member, they're going to automatically fill in. Company address full is fine, but I'm going to be honest. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to move this over. We're going to make it bigger, and then I think that we're actually just going to cut these out. X, paste. I think that we can do left align, and then appearance. We can left align these. I think that both of these could be left aligned. And then we're going to copy. We're going to paste. This lower level, we're going to go ahead. This is going to become my new property. So property, and we're going to make this property name. Property name. Property name. All right. And then really quick thing for all of this. Filter string. Don't ask me why this works, but we needed 1 equals 0 as the add a condition. Advanced mode 1 equals 0. If this isn't set, the whole thing doesn't work properly. So don't ask me. I just know what I know. All right. Make that a little smaller. Okay, this detail band. We're going to go, and we're not going to need this one. And then anything that I mark as not visible, we click and we hide. All right. Okay, this is our score section. So our score section is going to have a group header and a group footer. Group header and a group footer band. Now inside of here, we are going to move these scores. By the way, I only have until 3:45, so we're kind of trying to speed run this a little bit. All right, we're gonna copy that. We're gonna paste it here. So inside of Aspire, we have what are called data bindings. So we can bind this to a specific thing, and I want to bind it to audit item name. Audit item name. Audit item name. Oh, we did not correctly put the data source or the data member, so the binding needs to show up properly. And then our score, we're going to go to dynamic audit item score. BC dynamic audit item score. I don't want either of these to be that gray tone. We're going to make them just normal black. Let's go ahead and quit that. I don't think I want these to be bold. That's fine. And then I like adding some padding on the left here, maybe 5, so it's not right up against it. And then on this one, I'll typically do 2 and 2. All right. Audit item name is in there. We'll make a group footer. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to work on are building out some of our rules. Well, let's finish what we were doing. So our last detail report is going to have a group header and a group footer. All right, and inside of here, I don't know if you guys can see underneath here, there's these little boxes. Sometimes the people that originally put these together were not friends with people like me, and they made our lives very, very hard. All right, we're gonna make that big. We're gonna cut it out of there. We're gonna paste it here, but what did we forget to do? We didn't put our data source or our data member. All right. It's rich text 3. That. We're going to change actually both of these. Going to get rid of those. And we're going to put in labels. See, I put in all that work and I was wrong after all. So quick note on what I'm doing here. So we're going to align left. So inside of Web Report Designer, there are labels and there is rich text. Labels allow you a little more control over the formatting. So for example, if I want this font to be Arial 10 and I want it to be bolded, I can do that. And that is indeed what I want. I also want it to be centered in the, I want it to be centered vertically. We're going to center that vertically. We're going to do bold and we're going to up that to Arial 10. And, oh, wow, that went up to Arial 13. The rich text can read in the HTML from like formatted text boxes in Aspire, whereas labels would like literally read it in as the HTML. So this report has audit item attachment 1 and audit item attachment 2. And then you've got audit item audit attachment note 1 and audit attachment note 2. They also have the HTML versions. We're just going to choose the note ones, and this actually strips the HTML from it, and we need to choose both of these. It's issue 2, audit attachment note 2. Okay, we're going to do middle left on these so that they're aligned with the left, middle left. And okay, inside of the group header, we are going to actually we're going to copy this. We're going to paste it there, and this is going to go up towards the top. I'm going to actually put some. Know that I put padding on that one, but we're going to do padding left of 5. And this is going to have a padding left of 10, so that we can do a padding left of 5 here. And then we're going to change the foreground color on this to white. Just going to make it disappear for a second, but we're going to make the background. Where's my background? The background color is going to be 128, 128, 128, which is gray. Enter. And then we need an alpha of 1. We're going to do the same thing here. Alpha of 1, 128, 128, 128. Alpha is your transparency or opacity. Whatever you want to call it. We're going to make that 1. We can make it see-through if we really want to. Hit enter. We actually don't want it to be see-through. We want it to be visible. Okay. Both of these we're going to make a little taller. If you want to really, really control how tall those are, you can go to size. We're going to actually probably call those 40. I think that Arial 14 is going to look good on these. Arial 14. And then this is going to be audit item name as our binding. Audit item name. And then score is going to be our dynamic audit score. Opportunity. Dynamic audit score. We're going to move that over just a little bit. I'm going to make sure that both of these are centered, and this will be centered. All right. And then we're going to add a label here. This label is going to be 10. It's going to be bold. We're going to center it. It is going to be left bound. I actually think that this could be Arial 12. Data binding, MDL opportunity. Audit item name is going to be audit item note. Okay. And then we're going to squeeze this a little bit. I'm wondering if it's because I had a page break after the band on this one. I don't think I need this to be visible. All right. This can be gotten rid of. Port header can be made smaller. This will be made invisible. All right. Now the moment of truth. The problem is that It looks a little ugly. All right, let's see this auto item note. You saw how that padding looked stupid. We're going to do 10. We're going to do right 10. Okay. All right. Something I forgot on this one. Ah, these actually needed a report header and report footer. Okay, I know I'm probably not making any sense right now, and I'm not really talking. Total score. Do audit score percent. This one centered. We will make it bold as well. All right. So let's talk about formatting rules. Formatting rules is how we hide things. So a really good example of this is hide if no score scale type. Condition. This would be QA scale type. And then I know that the audit QA scale type is 5 for no score. Then we're going to change this formatting to visible false. And we're going to click it while selecting this whole band. So now if this is a no score QA type, then this portion won't show up. For example, let's go to test. Active construction project update. This should hide that entire section, which it didn't do. So let's go ahead and actually collect some of this. Okay. My problem might be that I used equal instead of equals. There we go. That's much better. Something that I did notice is that seems like that is really where we want items to be. All right. Let's go to test. Irrigation audit test. Says a score, so that score should show up. Pass, pass, pass. Irrigation zone audit. Pictures are showing up properly. Controller issues and okay. Don't know, man. Don't think I need that band. Okay. Detail. Preview. All right, we're gonna double check. I know why. You know what our problem is right now? We have not grouped our fields. Hey, it looks like some people are on here. Hello. I don't know if anyone is even still on here, but welcome. I'm Keenan, and I do a lot of Aspire stuff. Okay. This group fields. Yep. Okay. So the reason why this wasn't showing up properly is because we don't have a group created, and we need to add audit item display order. Audit item display order. I realize this is probably like the most boring live stream you could watch, but welcome. All right. Okay. We are going to put a page break after the band. And I think that we're just going to left align these so that it looks a little better. All right. I'm still not in love with this. Be honest, we're gonna stretch this one out. We're gonna stretch this one out. I really like it when things look like pretty and I'm known to waste some time like fiddling when we don't care too much. All right. Now I need to remember if there is a way to hide. Aha. Yep. Okay, we're gonna add another formatting rule. Oh, haha, this already exists. This is probably like the okay. I think that with this built like this, we got rid of that JPEG name that was showing up. I don't know if you guys saw that just a second ago. All right. I think that this is ready to save. Save as. And I'm a big fan of saving as initial dynamic site audit. Dynamic means that it updates automatically. Now that it is saved there, we're going to go ahead and publish it. And I think in 25 minutes, we made a custom site audit layout. So, Ramel, you owe me some euros. This was a little bit of this was a challenge from Ramel. Thank you all for coming, and I'm going to go ahead and end this stream.